University of Florida campus here in Gainesville, where we are ready for the SEC ACC Men's Challenge presented by Continental Tire. A dominant day one for the Southeastern Conference, and tonight the Florida Gators going to keep it going at 8-0 against 5-2 Virginia. Kevin Brown, Chris Patola, great to be with you. It's part of VCC. The ACC hoping some of their big hitters could pick up some wins today. Virginia and Florida meeting for the second straight year, and UVA, who was a winner last year, looking for its first ranked win of the season. Last time the Gators started 9-0, they won the national title. Joe Lindsay, Owen Short, Jeff Hartness are our officials tonight. And it is UVA with the ball first, and Isaac McNeely with a clean look and an opening three.
And as we know, Virginia going to run late into that shot clock in the half court. Great to get a three out of that from one of the elite shooters nationally, and Isaac McNeely. Great set, good execution to start this game.
Gators averaging more than 80 per game. They'll put up a three. It's Walter Clayton Jr., and it's missed.
Out to play some four around one. Part of the volume of threes that they've taken and had to rely on is they have a hard time driving the basketball, and they don't really have a paint scorer.
Day Ames rattles Condon. 6'10" sophomore Ruben Chinyelu for what is typically a ferocious interior defense. McNeely rises for a deep one, and it's a rounded out. Grabbed by Buchanan as the ball went out of the hands of Chinyelu, and Virginia scored in the first three trips. Star at FAU, Final Four a couple of years ago. Ames with a crossover, no, and the rebound down to Martin for Florida. Gators want to push tempo in this game. Into Condon, nice catch and finish.
And a really good deep position there early in the position.
Collected. 2 offensive rebounds already for UVA. McNeely off a cut. Another three for Isaac McNeely.
McNeely's actually shooting a higher.
Here's McNeely again, operating against the much larger Condon. Try to take him off the dribble. Finds him cutting Buchanan, a great look.
Well, Florida is switching these crossing actions, ball screens, handoffs that Virginia's running, so you're getting some weird matchups. And a nice job filling to the middle of the lane by Buchanan to be a receiver.
Virginia has started 5 for 8. Florida 2 for 7. Count that basket from Clayton. The Gators' leading scorer gets on the board to 70 in Charlotte over the Gators. ACC for UVA.
He has. You know, they don't have a point guard, so they've had to do it by committee. Andrew Rohde bringing the ball up there. They've had their big guys get involved with a little bit of the facilitating. One thing you saw in the clip there was Reese Beekman. They miss him.
2 off the bench for the Gators, and Richard nowhere to go right now. Tane Murray, the senior from New Zealand, number 10 for UVA, on the floor for the first time. There's a tough shot. Martin plays the angle, got hit in the elbow. No call, but he'll get the 2.
He's a terrific player. He's got a rugged game, a junkyard dog to him with some skill. I mean, just really a good player.
Brody, Saunders sealed off out. Condon got a huge size advantage on Buchanan. Couldn't do anything with it. Aberdeen gets hit in the elbow, and he scores it. Brody with the foul. Aberdeen will not complete the three-point play. 4, the Gators don't use it. And a reset with Aberdeen. Condon wants it again. Out of the double. Cutting, Howe will score it. Another opportunity for a three-point play. Sophomore does complete the three-point play. Excellent free throw shooter, Thomas Howe, 6'9", out of New Oxford, Pennsylvania. And here come the Gators. They've hit their last 4 shots. Saunders driving it on Aberdeen, and Elijah Saunders with a strong finish. A couple of early buckets for the transfer from San Diego State. Martin around McNeely. Richard, and Alexis soars in for the offensive rebound. Quickly swung back to Richard, and Alexis is in there again to stick it home.
And Virginia played St. John's, Tennessee. They had massive turnover numbers in both of those games.
Clayton 5 to shoot. Aberdeen. Yes, sir! Shot. Uncontested rebound to Clayton. Walter Clayton. Alexis with his third offensive rebound. And finally, Richard hits from deep. Aberdeen again. Boy, is he confident. 13 straight for Florida. Aberdeen has 8 off the bench. Rebound for Condon. Clayton up top. Great vision.
After he got screened.
15 straight for Florida. Here is Saunders. And Saunders will get to the line. Credit.
He was on the SEC's all-freshman team last year, and he loves...
And he said that for him, choosing basketball is a no. They have gone cold from 3 since early. Murray from Ames. Rebound out. Clayton. You know, at one point, Walter Clayton was going to add him. Largest lead for Florida tonight. Kofi. Nice move by the freshman. There's a strong drive left short by Alexis. Ames, jump stop. Day Ames with a finish.
And a nice job playing early. You'll pitch the ball ahead. Good shot fake. Playing off of 2 feet by Ames.
Speaking of playing early. Walter Clayton back-to-back threes, back to 9 for Florida. Here's Saunders. Clayton again, lost it on the way up. And then Aberdeen just takes it away, a careless pass from Kofi. Ames again rattles it home. Good minute. McNeely's got the switch with Alexis. Down to Kofi. Out to Saunders. His 3 is good. Already, and Virginia's back within 4. Richard. Another rebound for Alexis on the offensive glass. And a cutting Richard is fouled.
Team is those 3 guards, Clayton Jr., Richard, and Elijah Martin.
The early season schedule going to get maybe their toughest test yet. A half that was led by Virginia as many as 9. Florida's led by as much as 10. Saunders has been outstanding for UVA with a dozen, and his miss is followed up by Buchanan. Into the final half minute of this half. And a foul. Alexis returns for Chinyalu. Richard. Well short. Contact there maybe by Buchanan, who will run the floor for UVA. Now they can hold for the last shot of the half. Virginia shot at 52% in this first half. They dominated the opening stanza. They've closed strong. McNeely, Rhodey, flat-footed, no. Florida really controlled them.
Carried them in the last 10 minutes of that first half.
9 turnovers now for Virginia as Chinyelu is fouled.
So they've got to really work on their off.
Neely had the 2 early threes, did not score the rest of that. Andrew Rohde only 2 points, 3 assists in that first half. Virginia with 7 assists to 9 turnovers. Not what we're used to seeing in the Cavaliers and all those great Tony Bennett seasons. There's a 3 for Son. Florida first half, Clayton had 9, just 3 for 9, 3 for 10. Richard had 5, just 1 for 5. Martin 3 for 8.
Man, tough. And it starts with the hesitation.
And the lead is 4 off a miss by Kofi.
It's not a good shot for Kofi. He's capable of it early in the shot clock.
Right into the body of McNeely. There's Elijah Martin.
Especially with those guards.
Rohde tries to slip it through. Clayton with a steal. Turnover number 10 for Virginia. And Clayton all the way to the basket.
That's another example.
Isaac McNeely, Virginia's leading scorer on the year, 13.3, only with 6 today. There's a good look. And there's his third 3.
You have got to stay attentive.
Clayton slashing his way to the basket for 2.
Nice.
7-point lead. 15 and change to go here in the SEC ACC Challenge from Gainesville. Martin on the drive. Extended arm. And Elijah Martin rolls it home.
And that's where Andrew Rohde's got to be able to guard the basketball. That's where Virginia in the past, in their pack line defense, it was very difficult to straight line drive like that.
Martin's the 3rd Gator into double figures. Virginia with McNeely off a cut into Buchanan. And he scores it over Chinyelu. 8 points for the sophomore.
Nice job getting McNeely coming off, and then you see him as a passer.
Condon off of contact, and he got fouled. Buchanan bumps him.
Historically, they don't go to the offensive glass. They get back. When that ball no longer is moving, that's when they get into trouble.
Clayton with space. Can't give him any.
Such a quick release, too. Very spot minutes for them last year. So he's really, kind of starting over.
Tane Murray comes off the bench, and Murray gets around Clayton. Just the 2nd bench basket for Virginia. Condon 3.
Man.
6 for 13 from 3 on the year. This is the largest lead for Florida. Threatening to pull away, and Condon jumped the passing lane, and he is fouled.
That starting role in the NCAA tournament last year when Micah Handlaughton got lost.
A shoot-arounds and practices, but he's still sitting out the year to recover, and they've got all these bigs here for Florida. Will, and he missed it.
He's played a good game, but that's been one of his issues this year, finishing inside.
There's Condon again. That has not been his issue. 15 the lead for Florida. Nobody happier about it on the bench than the guy he stepped in for, Handlaughton, who has been the ultimate hype man this year. Slip it through to Kofi, and a foul was Clemson over Kentucky, which led to a line for Virginia. And he goes 2 for 2. Clayton. Thomas House going to take it into Saunders. Thomas House going to finish.
He doesn't do that a lot. Half his shots of the year are 3s, so he's really a...
Up top for Alexis. hard dribble, and Martin was just getting held down by...
That league has done about getting only 5 teams into the NCAA tournament. And if you just watch those games yesterday, Kevin, athletes, more physically imposing athletes.
It was 9-1 yesterday on the year. The SEC 21-2 as McNeely hits a 3 against the AC. The only wins, is it, I know this sounds simple, it's not that simple. As simple for the AC as you've got to get older athletes, you've got to get better athletes, as Aberdeen was bumped and fouled.
By side, ACC and SEC, there's a stark difference in the type of athlete, and that's unfair. And we may be putting an outsized important.
Another ACC team that looks like, I know it's early, like a definite NCAA tournament team. Wake Forest has been a little disappointing after their good season last year. As Rhodey is fouled, he'll shoot 2.
That, or you got to hire the right people. You have to win games, and you cannot get smacked in an event like this. I mean, coming into this event, forget the result in this SEC-ACC challenge. The ACC was like 10-20 something against the top 25 so far in the non-conference, and that's going to be obviously worse after this event.
Walter Clayton Jr.
Guards in college basketball, especially ones that have had success, is like a cheat.
Taken 12, made 5 tonight. Murray for Buchanan, another takeaway. 16th Virginia turnover. Clayton on the easy run out. A timeout taken by Rod Sanchez. 20-2 in points off turnovers right now. They've only committed 5, and Virginia's committed 15. Kofi spinning around, and a touch on the ACC side of this, Chris, but the SEC, especially with Texas, Oklahoma this year, Todd Golden said it's sick how good this league is. Maybe 1 through 16 is competitive.
Invested in making basketball, men's and women's, good. So far this year, obviously we got a lot of basketball, but so
Florida led by Clayton with 25. 4 Gators in double figures, including Martin, who will shoot 2.
again,
Well, I mentioned the big one coming up in 13 minutes on ESPN. What do you expect from Cameron tonight?
I'd be in that game.
2 losses have been the last second losses to Kentucky and Kansas. Shot clock didn't reset here. Murray will score it.
Tay Murray.
A couple of baskets off the bench, Tay Murray, and then that's also not what you're used to seeing against the backline defense. Clayton now 2 shy of a season high, 27 for him. Fined by McNeely, live, and Martin will miss another. St. Murray, 3 straight baskets. How about this?
Feeding off of others.
Saunders stymied by Ruben Chinyelu. Condon. Wow. I mean, he's 13. Now guarding the much smaller Ames, who steps back and swirls out a long 2.
That's the other thing Condon's done tonight, is switch out on guards. But I think they're certainly right in that conversation. Are going to be better this year.
Again, the league adding Texas and Oklahoma as well. Oklahoma won the battle for Atlantis. Texas won the Legends Classic a couple of weeks ago in Brooklyn, so good starts for those programs over from the Big 12. Haley got hit in the face, it looked like there, by Will Richard.
BYU teams, if they're not making threes, they can struggle.
See, Florida's going to open SEC play with the Wildcats in Lexington in a few weeks. They got 9 days off before Arizona State in Atlanta, and then North Carolina in Charlotte. Again, UNC going down at home to Alabama tonight. Condon inside off the feed from Clayton, and those two led the Gators in scoring at least once in the first 8 games. It's a basket for...
No, their talent level is not what we're used to Virginia having. And part of it, too, from an athletic standpoint, especially if they turn it over as much as they have.
Took over the job again on October 18th. Tony Bennett retired. He said, I took over the job again, a scrimmage 48 hours later. There wasn't much time to react. Condon again, my goodness. Final minute. What's going to be win number 11 for the SEC in this challenge. Ames in traffic, can't get it to go. Kofi on a couple of follows, finally sticks it home. A learning experience for Virginia in this Lions Den, but it's been Condon with the last 8 points for Florida, and Clayton still leading the way with 29. Going to be a 9-0 start for the Gators. Martin, his first 3, the icing on the cake. And the more you watch the Florida Gators, the more you come away thinking this has a chance to be something pretty special. They're chanting SEC behind us, the Reptile Rowdies. And the SEC continues to smother its rivals from the ACC in this challenge. It's Florida by 18. Clayton and Condon combined for 46, and for the first time since they were the national champions,